Hello, everyone, and welcome back to part 2 of Create Expectations. If you haven't watched the first part, you need to go watch it on Zara's channel, which is linked below, and then come back and watch this part because this is the fun part,
You're
right?
you're this is like you're like, hey kids, we have dessert available.
Candy.
You can totally just eat it, but first like honor system, go back and eat your dinner
Oh no, that's not how
first.
I did things.
That's
So
totally what
watch
you
mine first. Cool. Um,
that's what you're like, but first go watch that and then come back for the fun part. Like,
yeah,
yeah, go watch the boring part. Like what the I'm tempted to swear because this isn't my channel.
because it's not your channel. This is the channel that maybe swears. We haven't decided yet. Okay. On that happy note, you
I
want to do some
can
viewer questions?
I can help your channel make its decision real quick. Real king quick.
Oh man, it's fine. All right. So
Yeah,
let's do like 3 questions. We still have a ton to get through, but I don't know if we have enough time to get through them all. So,
that's fair.
um,
We appreciate
which
you guys asking questions, by the way.
yeah, and like we will answer them. There's just not enough time.
Yeah.
All right. Um, I actually really like this one from Byro. What would you think of CG allowing us to vote on characters receiving Omicrons on a monthly basis? Not only a poll between the characters, so for example, Poggle versus Mace, but you would run a second poll on the type of Omicron, so territory war, GAC, territory battle, which would allow us to feel more involved.
What do you think?
I like it. I feel like it could create some balance issues potentially, but I do
It
like
could
it.
create some.
It could create some balance
Yeah.
problems. But I do like it. I could see them allowing us to choose between multiple characters that they already have ideas in the work
Mm-hmm.
kind of for, and then they just release them in the order based off the voting results. What do you think?
I don't trust people to make good decisions. Frankly, like
Fair.
I that sounds so cynical, and I mean I don't hate my fellow man, some of them, but not all. And the here's the thing, I just don't. I don't want to like be like, oh yes, Greedo can get, or whatever, like a character that I care about can get
Right.
one, and the community's like, no, we really want stupid like Eth Koth. I'm like, that's or honestly, it's like almost like Arnold could just choose. It could just be like Arnold chooses.
Oh, you're right.
Because think about the ravening hordes of like I actually really admire a lot of the things that Arnold does.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing really good on a lot of different. So this is like zero shade. It's just like he has such a huge megaphone that if
Mm-hmm.
he's like, hey guys, like I have 70,000 clicks every single video. Like I could get probably like half of those people to go and vote for the exact thing that I want because you want to see me play it, guys. I'm gonna be fun if I play Greedo, but if it's Eth Koth, no, I'm not. I'm not even gonna get it, you know. And
Right.
and and people are gonna be like, I guess I'll vote for Greedo because I want to have fun, you know.
Right.
Like, it's just that I feel like that disproportionately favors, and maybe it'd make choices that I would love, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. It just seems problematic on a few different levels.
It's fair. Very fair.
And I don't care. I just let them make their choices. Like when they're in tempo, they make great kits. They add great rules to things. I have no issues with their balance for the
Mm-hmm.
most part. There are some things I've questioned, but for the most part, I'm enjoying the game more right now than I probably ever have.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it a lot more now too. So
Yeah,
no
good.
problems.
So
Okay. Sorry.
terrible idea, Byro. Just kidding.
Okay. So next
All
question.
right.
Steve D wants to know, how do we handle daily mod farming? What makes a mod worth focusing on to slice up? What makes a mod not worth keeping? This is great because I'm doing a mod overhaul right now. Not an overhaul, but
Oh,
focus.
so
Mod,
what are you
mod
doing?
focus. Mod. Okay, so right now I am doing 3 refreshes a day on mod energy. I spend all of my refreshes on mods, like actual mods. And then my natural mod energy I spend on slicing mats. And then so right now, because the holes in my roster are speed and offense, that's what I'm farming. And then obviously whatever I'm buying in the store, which is essentially anything that has 4 or 5 speed on it as a secondary, depending on what the primary is. But um, I have been selling all of my mods on the left hand side. So the squares, diamonds, and circles, if they are gold or purple and have less than 8 speed secondary on them, I sell them. And then the only reason why I'm keeping them for the crosses and the triangles are just because it's harder to come by. And those are the ones that I tend to run out of speed for anyway. So I'm just keeping them for now until I get some more depth. Not worth keeping things that don't match, I guess, like sets that don't match. Right?
Um, I think there's too much I think
There is.
there's too much emphasis on matching mods. Actually, I think so you need that big one. You need the big primary one. You need offense and or you want speed or whatever the set is. You want that one for sure.
Right.
And then like that's the theme for it. And then your primaries are more important than matching your second set. And if you can be, it's like okay, so ideally you would love to have, I don't know, a potency set. You're like, okay, we're gonna do speed set on this character, and the secondary set's gonna be potency, but you just don't have the right stuff. Like you're like, okay, I need a potency cross, or I need a protection cross though. Like it would be nice to have potency set, but I need a protection cross. But the only protection cross that you have that's worth a damn
Mm-hmm.
is like a defense set instead of potency. Then
Right.
I say do the protection set, do the protection cross, even though you have a mismatched set, and you have to prioritize. But in general, in my opinion, the primary mod
Mm-hmm.
is like the primaries on a mod are more important than matching that second set.
So, okay. So, what I meant was like if I had a defense primary on a crit damage set, like
Okay.
I would be like, okay, unless this has some crazy secondaries on it, in which case I highly doubt I would still keep it anyway. But like for me, that would be like, who wants a crit damage triangle with a defense primary?
Mm, okay, so that I do disagree on that actually. So I like some not all primaries are made equal. So
Right.
so it's like okay, tenacity great on a tenacity set. On a speed set maybe. On
Mm-hmm.
an offense set, there's a couple characters who want it, but for the most part you can trash it.
Mm-hmm.
However, offense on like almost any set is amazing on a cross or on a triangle.
Right.
Crit. Here's the thing though, crit damage specifically, you chose, it's funny you said that because that was the
I know.
exact example that I had in my mind,
Mm-hmm.
because triangles are the rarest out of all the
Mm-hmm.
mods,
Mm-hmm.
and and triangles also have, maybe it's not the most primaries possible, but
They have one
it's
of the most, I think.
right, one of the most. And so crit damage triangles with speed on them are
Mm-hmm.
vanishingly rare,
Mm-hmm.
very extremely rare compared to all the other ones. And so if I got a decent speed on a
Mm-hmm.
defense set crit damage triangle,
Mm-hmm.
I like, I think Asajj Ventress has one of those on my main account actually right now. In fact,
Mm,
like,
that's good to know because I definitely have a crit damage triangle with defense primary with nice speed on it. I'm like, don't know what to put you on, but I don't want to trash it because it's got good speed. I'm like, don't know what to do with you.
well, Asajj is like, hey, I boost my own stuff anyways. Like, I just want some more crit damage here. So like some defense on her. It's also like ideal. You probably want crit chance, or the crit chance you just outrun anyways. Eventually, you get way
Mhm.
past 100% crit chance on her. So, I don't know, but we're not talking about Asajj here. I
Right.
just, yeah. Uh, in general, though, like defense primaries, unless they have a lot of speed on them, you could probably get rid of them for the most part, except if they're diamonds. But don't get rid of all your defense
Right.
primaries.
Right.
So you don't have diamonds anymore.
Cool. Do you have any other? How do you handle yours? You didn't answer that.
Oh man, I've been planning a video for this actually, so I'll try
Oh.
to keep it brief. But essentially, I'll farm mods until I run out of credits,
Mhm.
and then I'll farm. So like right now, I'm slowly. I was at like 30 some million, and now I've been slowly draining my resources. And now I'm down to like I think just 10 million credits.
Mhm.
Pretty soon I'm gonna have to start just farming almost exclusively mod or upgrade the
The slicing
upgrades,
stuff.
slicing stuff. You think that I'd actually know the names of things that, like I focus so much on mods, but yeah, like the slicing things and stuff. Um,
Mhm.
until I build up a good credit reserve again, and then I'm always hunting in the store for good speed mods, or not just speed sets, but mods with good speed secondaries,
Mhm.
and uh, you know, and also the odd arrow that like Nest could use that she doesn't want a lot of speed, but she's like, I could still use some tenacity, but I want health, but she wants very specific stats, so I'm always looking for that stuff too.
Mhm.
I
Cool.
don't know. Cool, cool, cool,
Cool. Cool. Cool.
cool, cool.
Okay. So last one for today from Corey Savio. With the game shifting rewards to GAC, are GLs still the priority for farming, or are top GAC comps higher value in chasing down? So, for example, he has C, JMK, and Executor, and his future farm for JML is bleak. So, would his time be better spent building out comps like CLS, Mon Mothma, Starkiller, etc.?
Wait, there are other game modes than GAC?
But like this is I'm reading this as a question for
Hmm.
GAC,
I think you're right, actually.
right?
I
Like, do you chase the GLs or do you build out your roster?
So the question I would ask, if the best answers are always in question form, right? But I would
Mhm.
ask how you're dealing with Galactic Legends,
Right.
because they're kind of the big thing you have to deal with right now. Like you, obviously there are other builds that are tough, but at the end of the day,
Mhm.
no one says, "Oh my gosh, like there's my opponent placed 7 legendary characters on defense." Like no one says that. They say my opponent placed 5 galactic legends on defense. Like that's the
Right.
gauge of how tough a defense is and how strong your offense is going to be. Can you break through those 5? And if the answer is you really struggle to deal with them, then there are other ways to do it than galactic legends, but you need to have a plan on how to deal with those weaknesses. So in general, like Jedi Master Luke, wonderful character. He kills everything almost except for like Sith Eternal. But
Mhm.
for the most part, like he's great, and yet he is a huge time sink to farm. He is ridiculously tough for a newer account, especially.
Mhm.
It probably is more value to just get a Commander Luke team and get your Darth Revan team up or whatever. You
But
know that that's
Commander
my
Luke
perspective.
leads to JML.
Well,
So
they can
would it
all
be better to like go with all of those teams like widening with an end goal focus anyway?
Well, I think that's ideal,
Yeah.
honestly. If you can kind of like hop from one team to another and just slowly get it, I think the biggest thing is you don't want to take too much time getting that next Galactic Legend, because
Right.
you don't want to be severely outnumbered. I mean, my poor alt, it's like everyone in his group has 3, Professor X has 3 or more Galactic Legends, up
Mhm.
to 5, and he has
Mhm.
1.
Yeah. There
And,
are
and
there are tons of people with that same problem.
And the only way I hope to win is through the alpha meta, and I'm good at that, so I have a plan, and I'm following my own advice. But yeah, that's the advice I'd say is how are
Yeah.
you killing Galactic Legends? And if you can answer that,
Mhm.
then you've kind of already have a plan in a lot of ways.
Hmm. Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't know. What are your do you have further thoughts on that? I know I kind of just jumped all over it.
No, I mean, for me, like my biggest thing is building out those other comps, but that's because those other comps are going to help me deal with Galactic Legends.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm almost in the reverse. I'm going to have my 5th Galactic Legend when this releases.
Oh,
So,
I didn't realize your unlock was so soon. That's exciting.
yeah.
Nice.
So, like when this releases, I will have C. So the only one I'll be missing is Lord Vader. And I need to be able to handle all of the other Galactic Legends without my own.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my issue. So I'm an inverse where I focused so hard that now those holes in my roster are actually a detriment to me.
Well, you have to think though, like you're benefiting in all the other game modes because Galactic Legends aren't just
Mm-hmm.
the cheat code for for GAC.
Mm-hmm.
They're also the cheat code for every other game mode, like
Mm-hmm.
territory battles. Like way easier if you have Galactic Legends
Mm-hmm.
to help you out. You know, territory wars obviously that helps, and then conquest. I mean, you just made a video about how a certain Galactic Legend is the bee's knees.
Mm-hmm.
Except you swore on the thumbnail, so
I didn't swear. I used symbols. This is the
right.
channel for swearing.
This is the channel for implied swearing.
Yeah. Uh, but
That's
I
okay.
mean, he is the bee's knees for conquest.
He totally is.
Mhm.
I have thought so from the start.
Mhm.
It's tough to get him, but once you do,
Absolutely.
it's
But
fantastic.
yes, but you do make a good point that having that many galactic legends does help elsewhere,
Hmm.
which will help you in turn in grander. It's all a vicious cycle. Like everything's going to help you everywhere else. The better you do somewhere else, the better you're going to do in turn elsewhere,
Sure.
right? Like it's all
So
about the red crate.
about not sucking
Sure.
and stuff. It's about create expectations.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So let's those are all the questions for this week. There's more
Okay.
for next week. Um so
Please
let's
ask more though,
do
guys.
yeah. Yeah. Ask more. Let's
Hmm.
do the pack review because I'm pretty pumped about this. I did so much math.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
We have about 12 total minutes left on this
Hey.
episode.
Okay.
So we're doing the Core Gear calendar.
Yeah, the core gear calendar because there's still some time left to buy it. It's $15 American, $21 Canadian,
Okay.
and you get a whole bunch of gear,
Hmm.
whole bunch of lovely gear. So you get 36 of each of these pieces. So 36 guns, 36 cuffs, carbs, droid collars, eyeballs. Um,
So it's not a full piece of any of them.
so it's not a full piece of any of them.
Okay.
But I did the math, and the total crystal value of the gear is 4,500 crystals. So if you were to buy each piece of the salvage gear, the crystal cost of each piece of gear works out to be 4,500. And a chest of crystals, so 2,800 crystals, is $20 American and $28 Canadian. So you're already, and you, in a chest of crystals, you're only getting 2,800, but you need 4,500 to buy all of this. So it's not even enough to cover all of this gear if you were to buy it in the store.
So okay, so if we're basing value off of CG's
Mm-hmm.
definition of value, I think you're right. I think I have big issues with this
Okay.
one though, because a lot of this gear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so some people do need all of it. I will admit. However, on most of my accounts, all three of them actually, I don't need these droid collars anymore. That's look at this. This is my main account. I have this many of. Like if I got this core gear
Mm-hmm.
pack, like this is as worthless as any other just relic salvage piece to me right now.
Which is sad because there was a time when
Hmm.
those droid collars were ridiculous.
the first money I ever spent in this game was on a droid collar,
Yeah.
actually. So, but right now, and I mean, I have a lot of others. I mean, I my Carbanti goes up and down.
Mhm.
That's it. So, the stun cuffs. I have a lot. I mean, on my main account, I have a lot of these things.
Hmm.
But here's the thing: where they are devaluing this as well. They've
Hmm.
kept the same crystal price to these, but we're getting a ton more of them through the challenges
Yes.
and the dailies that we do. So, in my opinion, like they've devalued these to the point that the crystal price is no
Hmm.
longer worthwhile. So trying to gauge their value based off of their crystal price in the store is a little, I don't know, a little bit problematic in my
Then,
opinion.
so how do you gauge their value?
Well, I just don't think that any of these are worth spending a ton of crystals on anymore.
Hmm.
Frankly, I just think I think that it would have to be an insane proportion for me to want to spend $15 on this, where you don't even get a full piece of any of them.
Hmm.
That's my take. I don't mean to push you aside, and
No, no.
I think other people have a different take on this. Like, so I mean, Carpentier is still really, like, I still, if I gave everyone who wanted them on my roster at 9.1 million, I'd still run out of Carbenti instantly. So there's still a bottleneck. Um,
Right,
I just don't know if they're worth the crystal price. That's all.
right. Which is fair. I was just looking at it as a dollar to dollar value. Like if you were to buy the crystals for the crystals you need for this gear.
Well, and so I think there's value to that too. If you're
Hmm.
like, okay, I was planning on spending crystals on these things
Hmm.
already, then this is a fantastic deal. Like you said, if people are already going to be spending crystals on it, then it's a win.
Right,
If they don't think that the crystals are worthwhile, then stay
right.
away. You know,
Well, and then I guess it also depends on how many crystals you're intaking
sure.
and where you are roster wise.
I'll say this: these
Those.
the gold balls are the ones that I do buy crystals. Spend crystals on these all the time. This
Hmm.
is this is the one I always. I mean, you can see the need for them on my roster still. I mean, yeah, this is the one because they're only 750 for a full piece,
Hmm.
as opposed to
Those are
double that for
those are
those other
actually
ones.
the cheapest crystal cost. Those are 15 crystals a piece.
Right.
So
Uh, just my
yeah,
take on it.
no. So you wouldn't buy it,
I personally wouldn't. Not on any of my accounts.
which is fair.
But I think if you need that gear and you want to really, I mean that's the gear that you need for the majority of for your core characters, for your core stuff.
Hmm.
There are worse ways to spend money. I just wouldn't do it. I'd spend it on. You can notice all my all my mods packs are gone except for the actual defense ones because I'm like, gosh, I spent way too much money. That's what I spend all my money on these days is mods. So
You'll be happy to know all my mod packs are gone too, except for the defense one.
I really want to buy this too.
All right. Do you want to do the roster roast?
Let's do it.
All right. Magic. We've got the roster.
Whoa, we're at the roast.
All
All
right.
right. We've got what, a good 5 minutes to go here. So,
Okay.
what do you want to do first? We're looking at Kadar Vi here.
Hmm. Hmm. Let's look at ships. Ships are faster.
Ships, very good.
All
He's
right.
got he's got okay arena rank.
Hmm. Okay.
He's got Executor,
Yeah.
no Radis,
No Radis. 5-star finalizer.
embarrassing finalizer, no
Okay.
Biston U Wing, no farmed.
Ugh.
Oh man.
Oh man, no Falcon, no Poe. I mean, there's no Radis, so no
Oh,
Tie Reaper.
Cassian's U Wing.
Yikes, yikes, yikes. Biggs. Look at Biggs. He's only 5 stars.
Oh wow.
Hmm. Hmm.
But he's got Executor. So Oh no. Oh. Okay. Um.
Oh man.
It's time. I'm just so judgy right now. Like one of the very best workhorses in the whole frickin' game.
Mhm.
He has these 7 stars. You have him. You could, and you're like gear 10. Good.
Oh,
That's one of the worst choices you could ever make in the whole world. So, like,
worship.
it's right next to naming your kid something terrible. You know.
All
Oh,
right, go.
people can't even see
You
how
can't
bad
see
this
it.
Han is. Yeah, he's they can't see this. Let's go. Okay, I gotta
Okay.
okay, look,
Oh,
gear 10, no Zeta on Han.
no Zeta.
Nothing on Chewie. Like he just wants. He's got he's got the level 2 reinforcement ability though. Hey hey.
Hey. I,
Oh, jeez. I want to
uh,
swear so bad right now. This is.
we're on my channel. No. Okay, go. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so
I'm just
what
sad.
else now? So
I'm just sad.
ships F to F minus, right? No, he does
Man.
have executor,
He does have Executor.
but
Wow.
that rebel fleet makes me so sad.
All right. Let's go to the characters.
All right,
Okay.
yeah, I've got like 3 minutes.
Okay, so we've got Kenobi, we've got Cat. So that's his team, I guess.
Okay, Kenobi Cat, great. So
Cool.
he's got the 2 medic teams. That's good.
Mhm.
He's got a relic 3 on Bando. Oh man, you got to get more than that. If you're capable of Bando, of
Mhm.
getting Bando, like you need your best fleet to have good pilots too. So this is a
It's true.
4.8 million account, by the way, guys. So you know
Okay.
he can't have everything.
Right.
He could in all fairness he could have a good Commander Luke team. He's just chosen to not do that.
Not. Okay. So, okay, yes. So this is exact. He's going for C. You've got Relic Maul, you got Relic Veers, Stark's Relic, Sith Marauders Relic. You're going
Okay,
for C.
here's Gideon. I haven't seen Dark Trooper yet.
Right.
Let's go the other direction here.
Look at all these sad.
Oh, dude, farm things. Ever farm something.
Hey,
Oh
there's
my
Dark
gosh.
Trooper.
I'm
Okay, wait. So
like gonna choke on my derision here.
why why the random levels like 40, 69, 45, 1, 60? Like why? 53 on
Yeah.
Ion.
Darth Sion's not Why some random
Like
gear on Jedi Knight Guardian? That's cool. Like, hey, just casual gear 3. Just
eh,
chilling here. She looks better with green around her, I guess. But yeah, 53 on Dash. Like,
I
I
just
get.
don't get the random levels. I don't know.
Or like, why don't you farm anything ever?
Oh, there's Nihilus. Nihilus is 6 stars.
But level 80. I
Yeah.
bet he's because he's doing that at assault battle. I bet he gets that some random shards.
Okay. Okay. Level 63 BB-8. Youch.
Well,
Poor guy.
level
Okay.
80. All right. We're about out of time. We got
Ugh.
about a minute left. Sarah,
There's that
let's.
sad CLS.
Oh,
Hmm.
I
I'm
feel
just
like I
sad.
just like came up on like a car wreck. Just like, oh, there are dead people here. It's really sad.
Oh, he's got to be going for C, just based off what's relict.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Dude, you have the materials. Go get your Commander Luke team up. They are so
Mm-hmm.
freaking amazing.
So good.
Yeah. That being said, he's at 4.8 million GP and
Mm,
he's in Kyber 3, so maybe he doesn't need our derision, but dude, you're gonna need more than just what you got. Shall we call it good, Sarah?
let's call it good.
See you.
Let's call it
Give
mediocre.
See you next week, guys.
See ya.